Promises aren't often kept in college sports these days. Coaches leave on a whim for new opportunities, and the transfer portal is clogged with players looking for their second, third, and fourth schools. But one of the greatest athletes in the history of the state of Missouri recently made good on a promise he made years ago and never forgot about. Justin Gage is the subject of tonight's Sports Plus Spotlight story.
Leaping grab made by Gage, touchdown Missouri.
It's not an overstatement to call Justin Gage one of the best athletes in the history of the state of Missouri. The Jefferson City native is arguably the most famous two-sport athlete our state has ever produced. On the football field at Mizzou, he racked up more than 2,700 yards receiving and 18 touchdowns. On the basketball court, he was a spark plug, contributing to some fantastic Tiger teams of the early 2000s.
Winning that Sweet 16 game against UCLA and advancing on to the Elite Eight, that was probably one of the most memorable moments of my career.
You don't see athletes even attempt what Gage did anymore.
It was crazy, but at the same time, it was fun. It gave me the opportunity to compete on the football field, go out there in front of thousands of fans, and then when that season came to a close, got the opportunity to compete on the basketball court, being a part of the Hearn Center and that tradition there.
Football turned out to be his future, though, with Gage leaving Mizzou early for an 8-year career in the NFL with the Chicago Bears and Tennessee Titans. He caught 16 touchdowns for nearly 3,000 yards. And the 41-year-old still has some skills.
I think I'm good for a good series, maybe 5, maybe 8 plays. There's still a little bit of explosion there.
But leaving college early meant Gage came up just short of getting his degree. And during the downtime of the pandemic, he reflected on the promise he made to his parents all those years ago.
Growing up, my parents always, put their degree, they had their degree on the shelf in the living room. So my dad graduated from Indiana University. My mom graduated from SLU. And so seeing those degrees was something that I always, wanted to get at some point.
That point came this past fall with Gage completing his degree in general studies as a Missouri Tiger, 20 years after he left for the NFL. And as a mentor to young athletes and a coach at CBC, Gage is practicing what he preaches.
With having kids and being an example for them, but also coaching and mentoring kids and always talking to them about, hey, whatever you start, finish it. Make sure you hold yourself accountable. Don't start anything that you're not going to finish and complete everything that you step into. Looking in the mirror, I couldn't say, it's hard to say that to somebody and then look in the mirror and understand that, hey, I still have my degree just out there waiting for me.
But what's made it the most special is that Gage's parents are still here to see him complete that promise of finishing his education.
I really want to get this accomplished while they were still here, when I can present that to them, and they're both, alive and well, and can accept it and appreciate it with me.
And while the bright lights of athletic stardom will always beckon, Gage knows the value of education, and that's his message to athletes walking the path he once did.
Yes, sports are fun and it'll change your life, but it's not forever. There's an end date to every sport, but you hold that degree, it'll go with you forever, so make sure you finish up.